book pushed across a table slows down because of friction. And friction is an unbalanced force acting on an object to slow it down. Okay? Like for example, when you rub your hands, try to rub your hands. You don't need to copy the presentation that's already sharing it in your Google Classroom. No need to copy. So what do you feel when you rub your hands? Okay, you can feel. Okay, there is heat. So yes, Adolf. So there is one whole sheet of paper. Yes. So there is heat because of the presence of friction. So you can now feel the frictional force. So friction is only present when two surfaces are in contact. So it slows down the movement or the motion of an object. Okay, let us talk about the different types of friction. There are actually four types. We have here static, sliding, and rolling friction or fluid friction. This type of friction will be present in every situation. So let us continue. Can you please read this one, Khalil? Can you tell me what mode the long... Hindi ka ba nag-take note dun sa video? Or hindi ka ba nag-review sa video? Sige. Okay. Sige, noted. So, ang gagawin niya kapag kasi minsan when we are on streaming. Okay, thank you for that. So, static friction. So, this type of friction is present between two objects that are in contact, but they are not moving. Like for example, your table and the floor. So if you're going to apply the force on that, that table will not move because of the presence of the static friction. Okay? So because of this static friction, everything is in proper place. This type of friction keeps things from moving voluntarily. So you already know whenever you want to try to push a heavy object, it is actually the static friction that keeps that object from moving. Yes? If naintindihan, please show a thumbs up reaction on the screen. Okay, thank you for that. So let's proceed. Another type of friction is sliding. Take note how the different types of force, different types of friction. Sliding friction, when the force pushing on the box is larger than the maximum static friction force, the box begins to slide. So the frictional force that acts on the sliding box is called the sliding friction. Again, sliding friction can be only observed when the object started to move or started to slide. Like for example, in illustration, you apply what we call applied force on the book. So it started to slide along across the table. So therefore, the applied force is greater than the sliding friction. Okay? So it slows down because of the sliding friction. Without the sliding friction, the book would continue moving without the force being applied. Okay? So what type of friction you can observe when the object is sliding? Okay, you can observe sliding friction. How about in the objects that are at rest? What type of friction you can observe? Okay, that's static friction. So you can now differentiate the two types of friction. Okay, continue. Another type is the rolling friction. From the name itself, that can be only observed in the rolling objects, most especially wheels and floor. So example is the car. What do you think will happen if there's no rolling friction between the wheels and the floor or the road? Yes, Ayumi? Okay, the car will not move forward without this rolling friction. Okay, so let's proceed. Yes, the ball. When the ball rolls along the surface, it is actually experiencing what we call rolling friction. Anything that rolls on the surface have rolling friction. The last one is the fluid friction for liquids and gases. For example, in the airplane and the boat, whenever you swing, you are actually experiencing what we call fluid friction. When you go skydiving, you are actually experiencing what we call fluid friction, specifically the air resistance. So these are the examples of the fluid friction. Can you state another example in which you can observe the presence of fluid friction? So when you swim, there is friction between your skin and the water. What else aside from swimming? What are the other instances in which you can observe the presence of the fluid friction? Anybody? Please raise your hand if you want to answer. Yes, Michael. Okay, surfing. Where's the friction there? Okay, surfboard and the water. We also have here, yes, taking a bath. And the submarine. Yes, Sophia?
Or another word.
Nakalimutan ko pangalan nun. Yung parang jet, something.
Another word. In short.
So, riding that one, you are experiencing what we call air resistance or fluid friction. Okay, thank you for that. So whenever you ride a bicycle too, whenever you roll faster, you can actually experience a strong wind going against you. So that is an example of fluid friction. We have an answer here from Mayumi. Or fish swimming through water, airplane flying through the air, and motorboat scudding over water. So yun yung mga examples. We have also from RJ, when you ride a jet ski, we have air resistance and fluid friction. Okay, thank you for that. Yes, Carl, Ezekiel, can you identify the different types of friction? What are the different types of frictional force? What are the four?
Okay, in other words, it is the explanation of what you have observed.
Okay, thank you for that. We have the static, sliding, rolling, and the fluid friction. So you already know what type of friction present in each situation based on their meanings. So let's proceed. Another type of force that can be found around us is known as elastic force. This elastic force occurs when material is stretched or compressed. Like for example, in the diving board, so you cannot move forward if the diving board is not being compressed or bent downward. Okay, have you tried to go diving or standing on the diving board and jump? So you are actually moving forward due to the force exerted by the diving force. So that is the elastic work of elastic force. Take note when the material is stretched or compressed. Can you give a specific example of the presence of elastic force? Anybody? Yes, we have here a trampoline. We have also the spring, Johan's rubber band. This rubber band can be compressed. Yes, the rubber band can be stretched, but it cannot be compressed, right? Yes, bungee cord. Okay, so those are the forces acting. Elastic force is acting on those types of materials. So you can enjoy the work of the trampoline due to the elastic force.
I think parang nag-struggle kasi po.
Okay, yes, catapult.
How about the chapter?
Okay.
Let's ask
Again, can you identify, can you name the different forces that we have discussed, Lance? From the beginning, what are the forces that we have discussed already?
You can unmute yourself. Okay.
First, we talk about
You can unmute yourself.
Lance. Can you hear me, Lance?
You can unmute yourself now.
That's under the friction force.
Thank you so much for this.
Can you name the general types of forces that we have discussed a while ago?
Yes.
Okay, fluid. They are for frictions. Rolling friction,
Say again. Say again.
static. Okay, thank you for that. How about
Say again.
sino pa dito hindi nakapag
Yes.
participate, hindi masyado nag-participate? RJ, what are the different types of forces that we have discussed a while ago? I believe marami na tayong napag-usapan.
Thank you so much.
Can you identify
Let's
the
continue.
forces?
You want to go to privately?
What are the forces that we have discussed a while ago? There are, I guess, four.
Yeah, let's proceed.
Can you name them all?
The two
Forces,
types of,
the general term.
the two types of
What?
observation.
Yes.
Wait,
First, we talk about
what are the two types of observation? Can you name it?
oh, bakit? Hindi kayo nakikinig dyan? Yes, Mia Angela? Yes, Mia Angela. What are the forces that we have discussed?
Bit mo na nito. Sige. Mga shards. Okay, Colleen. Sige. Ayun, dalawang klase ng observation. Yeah.
That's under friction.
The two types.
Yes?
Okay, let's hear it mo, Charles. Ilan Charles yung gusto?
Normal force. Napag-usapan na ba natin ang normal force kanina?
What are the two types?
What I am just asking are the things that we have discussed a while ago. Okay, thank you for that. Yes, Mayumi, can you name the types of forces that we have discussed? Mayumi. You're raising your hand.
Okay, thank you so much. Then yun,
Mayumi?
sabi niya,
Okay, we have discussed no, mass is not a force. I will just clarify mass is not a force. The forces that we have discussed a while ago, first is gravity, followed by weight, followed by friction, and we have the elastic forces. So we already discussed four forces this afternoon. Okay po? So yun sila. So let us continue.
descriptions.
Other types of forces can be found around us is the tension force. I just want to know, yung rubber band is what kind of force is present or observable in a rubber band? Is it elastic or tension?
With the reference of
What do you think?
with the reference of
Hayden, what do you think?
And quantity, you are using measurements. You are taking up
Both. What makes it both
into centimeters,
forces present in a rubber band?
5 leaves, 10 stems. Yeah, that's quantity. Talks about the numbers. These are the numbers. Very loud. See, thank you so much sa mga responses.
Okay, thank you for that explanation, Hayden. So that's right. Rubber band exhibits tension force and elastic force. Okay po? So please never be confused what is elastic and what is tension force. Tension force is whenever you pull something or an object is being pulled. When it is stretched, such as a rubber band, it will go back to its original shape. So anything that is stretchable is having what we call tension force. But not all that can be stretched, not all objects that cannot be stretched doesn't mean wala siyang tension force. Such as yung mga cable, cord, and rope, they are actually exhibiting or showing tension force. Okay, may tension force sila. Okay po. Whenever you pull an object using the rope, you are actually applying what we call tension force. What are the other objects that show tension force there around it? Ano mga nakikita niyo dyan? Ha? Dyan? Okay, when you stretch the spring, it will return to its, yes. Okay, thank you for that, John. What else? Angelo, coming from you. What are the things that showing tension force around you?
If you'll be given a particular statement,
Marami ako nakikita dyan sa likod.
fiber,
Cotton?
walking ducks, cows, eating grasses.
What makes cotton to have what we call tension force?
Power plants to be how do you classify it?
One. You're right.
I have no idea.
Ano po? Nasa likod mo.
But it's so much with land, it's like
Rope. Yes, the rope and the string, especially the rod there, curtain rod, is actually showing you what we call tension force. Yes, Carl, you are showing or you are raising your hand a while ago. Carter, yes. What makes Carter to have a tension force?
Sabay kayo sa electric guitar. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2.
Okay, thank you for that. How about your toys?
1, 2.
Toys that show or display an application of tension force
How about
or elastic force. Ano man? Wala kayo maisip?
animals?
Who loves archery here? Who loves archery?
1, 2.
Archery is actually, yes, Sophia.
1, 2. 1, 2.
Would you like to share something, Sophia? Okay, we have there the bow, the rope and string, the cable, the garter, they're all showing tension force. A bow is actually exhibiting tension and elastic force because of its string. The arrow will not move forward. Okay, Sophia likes archery. The string or the arrow will not move forward without the tension, elastic force, the supporting string. Okay, so let's proceed. Sino to sige chat dito? Oh yeah, you like archery, and archery is an application of tension and elastic force. Even the slinky toy. Have you tried to play with the slinky toy? Sino laro ng Chinese garter? Even Chinese garter is actually showing what we call tension force.
Faster siya.
Madami kayong nilalaro pero hindi nyo alam anong force present doon. No?
Yeah.
Okay.
1, 2.
So let's continue. Another type of force is compression force. It is a pushing force exerted by a material when it is squeezed or compressed. Can you give a name or example of a thing that can be compressed and squeezed and return to its original shape? Yes, Ayumi?
Ready na? 1 and 2 and
Ano po?
1 and 2 and 3.
Okay, squish toy. What else? The rubber ball or the
4.
stress ball. Yes, you can squeeze that one and return to its original shape. How about the sponge? The sponge that you use to wash your dishes, diba? That can be compressed and return to its original shape. Okay. How about the faces of your classmates? Did you try to squeeze the face of your classmates? Making fun of the face of your classmates? You love to squeeze it, but it doesn't show for an example of a compression force. Okay po? Oh, tigilan nyo i-squeeze yung mga mukha na sa klase ninyo kasi hindi sila compressional object. Okay? So let's proceed. So the size of the compression force exerted by a material is equal to the size of the force that compresses the material. So they are, what do you call this one? Proportional to each other. Can you give an example aside from the squeeze toy, the stress ball? What are the other things that show compression in real life? The application of the compression force. The most important thing, do you think? Ano yung pinaka-importanting bagay dyan sa bahay ninyo na mayroong you can observe the compression force? How about you, Rachel? Yes, pillow. The lemon, whenever you compress it, the juice will be released. Ano pa? Ano makikita niyo sa bahay niyo? Chinelas. Yes. It allows you to bend your sleeper because of its property. Compression property. You have your Carl. Yes, Carl, you're raising your hand. Up. Can you compress? Yeah, pillow. Memory foam. Yes, your shoes have what we call memory foam. Teddy bear, sponge. Yes, Sophia. Okay, how about you, Shaida? You want to share something? Yes, the foam of your bed. Ano pa? What else? How about your ball pen? Yung mga spring na ball pen dyan. Retractable ball pen can be compressed because of the spring, right? Okay. So, while you love, have you been to altitude? Sino nakapunta ng altitude? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. So, madami. So, why do you love, or what is the most specific amenity there in the altitude that you like the most? Mika. Yes, Mika? Anong gusto mo doon sa altitude? Yes, trampoline. We have the glass. The weight of the glass is being supported by the table, and that is what we call normal force. Excuse me, do not answer yet your classwork. Huwag mo na mag-answer ha. Pag na-post na, huwag mo na mag-answer. And do not write down anything because I am going to share this presentation to you. You are being distracted there from listening. Okay? Can you? Yeah po, mamaya po. 3:50. Okay, can you give another example there? Things that can be seen or showing in normal force around you. You look at the things around you. Okay, book on top of your book on top of the table shows a normal force. Yes, yung tao, paano siya na-exhibit ng normal force, Johans? O, wag magsalita ng sabay-sabay. I told you. You want to answer, raise your hand and call for the attention of the teacher. Yes, Johans, I want to explain your example there. Human and Saan si Johans? Marinig mo ko? Okay, can you please explain your answer? Okay, that's right. So whenever you stand on top of the floor, you are actually, in that situation, normal force is present because you are being supported by the floor. What about right now? What you are doing right now? You are sitting on the chair, right? So your weight is being supported by your chair. So that is an example of normal force. Clear? Normal force is very easy to notice. Okay po? Yes, Miguel? Would you like to share something, Miguel?
Finish.
Okay, the floor and the chair. The chair is supporting you while the chair is being supported by the floor. So that is normal force. Okay, is it clear? If it is clear, please show us some reaction in the screen. Okay, thank you for that reaction. Let's continue. So we have here the explanation. Force of the cup is exerting downward, and the table is supporting this cup, which is caused by the gravity. So we have there. That is an example of a normal force. Anything that is in contact is especially perpendicular to one another is exhibiting what we call normal force. So we have here the summary, the type of forces. So we have the gravity, weight, and static friction. So take note, their properties. Gravity is non-contact because what makes a gravity a non-contact force? Because it can affect the object even at a distance. Okay po? Kahit hindi natin nakikita, hindi in contact in two surfaces, gravity will still do its work. So strength increases as masses get closer together, and if one or both masses increases, so the attraction will become stronger. And the direction is always downward. That's why it is called as a downward force towards the Earth's center. The same with the weight. Weight is a non-contact force due to the force, gravitational force of the Earth, downward force pa rin siya because due to gravity. Another one is static friction. There is only friction when two surfaces are in contact. It prevents things to slide past each other. Their direction is opposite from the object.
So, di siya tayo ngayon sa
Sliding friction, contact force also. Two surfaces are sliding past each other. When you rub your hand, the type of friction present there is known as sliding friction. We have also the tension force, contact force that occurs between and when an object is stretched. Their direction is in opposite from one another. We have also compression force, that is the contact force that occurs when an object is squeezed. Okay? So what are the two classifications of forces? What are the two classifications of forces? Based on our discussion. Yes, Yuki, what do you think? What are the two classifications of forces? Vector or scalar? Those are quantities. Based on what we have discussed a while ago.
Survey.
Let me see, so you have the raising hand.
Am I hearing it right? Survey.
Yes, Miguel, you're raising your hand.
How about the others who raise their hands?
Okay, very good. Forces are classified as contact and non-contact. What do you think is the difference between these two types of forces? Contact and non-contact.
Check whether you are correct.
Taika, do you have any idea?
What's your answer? Yeah, no. Like, oh. Okay. Sige, coming. Iba. Is it?
Okay, thank you for that explanation, Maika. So, from the name itself, contact, force can only work if two surfaces are having an interaction, while non-contact, even at a distance, the force can actually do its work. There is no need for an interaction or connection. Can you identify the examples of contact forces? Among the forces that we have described a while ago, what are the contact force? Forces. Yes, screen rate, can you give me one?
That's the explanation.
Okay, static friction.
Do you have any? Do you
Yes,
get
po.
now?
Example of tire.
Yes.
Okay, we have compression force because you can only compress things if there is connection between two objects. Yes, Sophia.
I want you to also
How about that?
Yes, riding force is a contact force. Who else?
Okay, ready?
How about the there, Jennifer?
I want you to show your hands.
Can you give me one example of a contact force?
Ready?
Okay, we have normal force. Yes, Ayumi.
Start.
Fluid force or fluid friction. Okay po. What about John?
Slow ang clock sa video.
Yes, that's right, Albert. John?
Hindi ka daw.
Okay.
No, it's like this.
Answer
Like this.
Si Kelsey, nahigan si
Hindi
Kelsey.
ba tumatawag kayo ng sa
Yes, John. Nasaan na si John? Yan yung mga pinag-usapan natin kanina during discussion.
Quiet.
There are navi-
Oh, I will show you again. I will show you again what's the proper.
Anong ginawa mo? Okay, wala ka sa device.
I will not start it with
Ha? Bakit nas
again.
bakit nasa tindahan ka na may klase na tayo ngayon?
Is transferring S2 to the
Ah, okay. So, hindi mo na anuhan ng discussion. So, naka-on lang dyan ang ano mo, na as if nandyan ka. So, yan ang sinasabi ko ha. Pag hindi naka-off yung, hindi naka-on yung camera ninyo, there's no assurance andyan kayo.
observing the pattern.
Siguro.
They are very bright in terms of observing pattern. Kita mo yung pattern.
Alam mo.
Sige, anyways,
Okay, I'm back. Sorry for that.
It's
Sorry for that short interruption again. This will be our last session.
Siguro na, paano nila.
Hintayin mo natin yung iba. Pasensya na talaga. So while waiting, please check your Google Classroom for the activity posted there. There are two activities, but in one topic only. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, please show a thumbs up reaction. Okay, thank you for that. Oh, John.
start tayo sa beat.
Wait, 10 minutes remaining
That is actually about the nature of forces, John. First to third pages have the answer. I'm not actually holding your book right now. Next time, John, ha, whenever we have class, sit, you are there sitting and listening. Okay po? Hindi ko makita ang share screen namin sa yung sa phone niya. Kapag nakita mo share screen, kapag nakita mo yung mga pinag-usapan natin kanina, we talk about the type of forces. So there are two classifications of forces, contact and non-contact. And your classmates have identified examples of contact forces. Okay po, John?
Can you perform?
Remember qualitative and quantitative.
Next.
This number needs your description, it's observation.
Extend your book. External forces yan siya. External forces.
Okay, ready Samantha. Use ang mic and device.
I do not know what's the page. Hindi ko memorize ang page ng book ninyo and I'm not holding your book right now. Okay po? Shall we continue? Thank you for that, John. I want another answer from John. What's that?
Not over.
Can you give me another example of a contact force?
The answer is.
We should make it quick so that we can wrap up the lesson.
Oh, remember quantitative observation, pwede ka magbilang.
I cannot hear you.
Using
Okay, can you do this or me?
techniques of measuring.
Easy.
How about
Can you please type in your answer so I can read it?
Ready ha?
How about that?
On my
Go or I?
one.
Give me one example of a contact force. Yeah. Can you prepare your answer? See, hindi pa na kaya. Shaida, can you prepare your answer after John? John, after Gab? Gab, if you're having problem with your microphone, please type in your answer.
Okay.
Yes po. Please type in your answer, Gab. Yes, Shaida, what's your answer there?
Okay.
Okay, rolling friction. What about you, Ashley? Can you give me one, Ashley?
Okay, I want another one. Tissue.
Yes po, kanina. What are the other examples of contact forces?
Very good. Wow.
Yes, air resistance from gap, or that belongs to the fluid friction. Okay, tension force. So those are examples of contact force. Again, contact forces are tension, compression, elastic, frictions, forces, and other types of friction forces. What about the non-contact? When you say non-contact, these are forces that can affect the object even at a distance. There's no need for connection. Yes, Shaida again? Okay, gravity is the common example of non-contact force. How about the car? Can you identify one? Okay, we have electric force. Another? What? Okay, we have magnetic force. So we have only three types or examples of non-contact force: magnetic, electrical, and also the gravitational force. Okay po? So those are the classification of forces based on how they affect the object.
So she can see,
So let us try to answer this short question. When you want to answer, please raise your hand so I can see you. Okay po?
Observation, and in predicting naman, you are making inferences as well.
So, raise your hand. Yes, Miguel, you're raising your hand.
You are using the formula current observation.
Okay, let's check. Force exerted in an object perpendicular is actually known as a normal force. So that is correct. Okay. So next is prepare. Unahan lang tayo ng pag-raise.
Skills are interconnected with each other.
Dali lang ha.
Kaya kailangan, mamit
May
skill.
mouse is not
Once,
open.
kailangan, we need to start with the first, and follow the next. Okay? 3 minutes should be time for the Zoom to end. And once it ends, hindi na tayo babalita, you will go on flight.
Okay.
So I think it's a perfect time.
That's
for
under the law of gravitation.
Let's take it from here.
Universal law of gravitation.
Since we have 3 minutes, and I will explain it to you.
Yes, Sophia.
Punta tayo dito sa
It is letter D. So what happened when what happened to the gravitational force between two objects? As it is letter D. Okay, between two objects, the gravitational force between two objects decreases as the distance increases. Okay, that's right. The farther the object from one another, the weaker is the gravitational force. So it's letter B. Intindihan, no matter how heavy the object is, but if the distance is greater or far from one another, therefore it will affect the attraction between two objects. Next.
Okay, consider that. Punta kayo sa page 11.
That's the answer. So Yuki, that's the answer.
Gagawin niyo,
Okay, it is friction, letter A. Friction force always opposes the motion of an object.
Picture niyo, i-upload niyo.
Okay, next is prepare.
Dito niyo i-post. Dito niyo i-upload niyo. Task niyo. Okay? cite specific situations in your house or other places in your community.
Hindi
And
si
when or kailan mo ginamit
Sino yung
or
muna? Yes, ay
mga
card.
skills. These skills are yan.
Okay, it is the gravitational force. So, pulls the object towards the Earth's ground is always the gravity.
Within your
Why not
house.
wait? What do you
Pag wala
think?
sa house, within sa community. Sa lugar nila.
Why not wait? And
Huwag na muna sa schools.
it's a gravity. Bakit po hindi pwede gamitin si weight as a force that pulls the object towards the Earth's ground? Yes, Sophia?
Kita niyo yung mga accident, yun yung isusulat yung mga specific situations na nangyayari na alam niyo na gamitin niyo yung
Okay.
skills na observe.
Okay, thank you for that, Sophia. Weight of an object depends on the mass and the distance of an object from the ground.
1 minute remaining.
Therefore, it is affected by the gravitational force. So, generally speaking, the force that pulls object towards the ground is only the gravity. Because weight is changing, it's not constant. As we go higher from the ground, our weight will change. Okay po, naintindihan ninyo? And the difference between weight and mass, weight is a force, while mass is a quantity that refers to the amount of matter in an object. Do not interchange weight and mass. Clear? Am I clear? If you get it, can you please show a thumbs up reaction on the screen?
Yes, observe. Yes, observe.
Okay, thank you for the reaction.
It's a good thing to
Continue.
yung specific situations na nangyayari.
Oh, that ends our discussion this afternoon. So this afternoon again, we talked about classification of forces. So please check your Google Classroom. There are 2 activities there in which you are going to do. Nakalimutan na po ang concept map. It is actually a connection of different concepts. Okay, there's an instruction there. If you are having difficulty in making a concept map, you can actually search for it or a sample of a concept map. So you will be guided on what to do. What we are going to do there is just organize the concepts that we have discussed this afternoon, which is all about the classifications of forces. Concept map, not a map of the country. Mapping of concepts, connection of concepts, like flowchart. Yes, Aiden, like flowchart. But in a flowchart, it is actually the sequence of events. When you say concept map, there is one specific topic at the center and other subtopics connected to it. That is what we call concept map. Naintindihan po? Yes po. Yes po. Yes, yes. That's the concept map.
Pero, ang gagawin nyo lang kasi
More clarification.
Sure lang kasi sure na yung
I will put the deadline on Friday. Yes, all about forces that we have discussed today. Diba, I asked for, you can actually download that one, but if you're only using cell phone, having difficulty to download and edit the docs, you can write your answer in the paper, same process, take a photo, and upload it in our classroom. Wala mong problema sa akin. No, Kelsey, you don't need to print it out. Kasi sa Google Classroom, yun lang ipapasa.
Hindi ganyan. Kasabi ko lang ba?
Okay? So what you are going to organize in the concept map are the concepts or topics that we have discussed about the classifications of forces. Take note, there are 2 classifications of forces, contact and non-contact. So you already know how to organize there. Okay po? No more questions or clarifications? If there's none, I will let you do your offline. Yes, Adolf. Yes, Adolf.
Go, kayo yan.
I will talk to you later. Everyone, you can leave. If there's no more question, you can leave and I will talk to Ato.
Yeah. Sige.
Bye. Bye.
Kulang pa din.
Last comments. If you're not able to post picture, hindi ka makapost picture.
Ako sa buong.
Yes, po.
Sabi dito nga, i-pull back mo lang.
Ako, external forces. Some of the topic that we have talked this afternoon is wala sa book ninyo. Don't worry, I'll be sharing the PowerPoint presentation in the Google Classroom.
Para kayong pag-unga naglalakad. Okay.
Please leave silently except for Adolf.
Sabi mo yung asan na
Adolf, you have not made a concept map before in your grade 7? Stay awake.
Okay, got it. So, edit ko lang ha. Stop sharing na.
Or we'll wait. I will give you an example of the concept. Okay, for a while, Adolf.
Kung hindi nyo na kailangan ng assistance, hindi.
I'm still searching. Okay, wait, screen share ako.
Opo. And I will also close our PowerPoint.
Hindi ko siya ma-open. For a while, Adolf. I will stop the screen sharing first.
Is mo yun na.
Oh, see? You already made one. Yes. What will be your main topic, Adolf?
Listening.
What will be in the... No, types of forces only. Today, what we have discussed, types of forces. Then you're going to divide the types of forces. Yes, that's right. Okay? So you can do it now?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can leave.
Depende.
Bye, Adolf.
Depende. Go. Okay na.
Bye.
If you don't need assistance, you can
Didi.
English.
Diyos ko, Lord.
Diyos ko, gadget is something ang naminaw dahil yatrik tindahan. Pagpunta ng dito, so ay matubad, kaya dito rin sa tindahan. Sa mukha niya magkatao eh.
Thank you, Lord, for this day. I survived.
Tomorrow is Thursday.
Mga pe.
Thursday.
Ako'y palit, be. Handa akong bumili. Kasi wala akong pambili.
Thank you, Ma. Bukas. Ito din na. Pan.
Ako'y palit, be.
Pan. May klase si Ma'am Donna mo. Hindi ka no? Alam mo ito?
Lamigan sa ano. Tama din mo sa kanya kay bas. Bakit pa yung basic pork na?
Ano na? And that's just, asa lagi ka?
Murag beef mo siya.
Beef. Ano ko ba? Kasi makasalak.
Asa lagi ka na?
Murag beef mo siya.
Binis.
Yan, how about this one?
Nakakabukit mo na kung bakon.
Share screen.
Oh, balik ako.
Kapay kasi?
There's lunch and
Ay na, dali mo pulang-pula. Ako din. Ay, Mars. Ako, Cecilia na ako.
Pan.
there's
Dok, yung
lunch.
phone sa bro.
Lunch, there's
Kailangan ko na ngayon.
Tingala ko 31 po na siya.
Pan.
Dok, ako lang mo.
Okay na po.
Okay na.
Kung sabihin ko na po.
Sige, dyan tayo mag-upload ha. Picturean niyo yung page natin ng book niyo saka upload dyan. Okay?
Nakatawas mong bata. Bakit ko para na ako mas tindahan. La. Mas tindahan. Ako ba pang tanong niya kung sa page sa book? Yan ako kayo ba?
Are you following?
Nakatawas siya ba?
Check na ako din sa panonood sa Skype. Sa Skype.
Ha? What's that? Huwag kang damihan. Pero hindi, ikaw wala. Kung gusto mong damihan, sige, okay lang. Focus lang naman ng damihan.
Kuha ka ng kape, kibayaran mo eh.
Okay?
Ha?
Kibayaran mo.
Oh,
Wala nang
Sure
tanong.
ko.
bakit lagi na ako gahapon pa man na.
Kung sumulit.
Kung nga naman akong kape.
Predicting na call.
Kana man yung account number.
Check sa kayo na ko no, kay lisod na kayo.
Wala nang tanong? I will leave now.
Anong sayo?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Tama din eh.
Pero sa paano bigyan
See you next week.
Ah.
If you're concerned, chat natin sa chat box natin. I mean, suggest natin sa... Goodbye everyone and congratulations for having accomplished today. Okay? Yan, accomplish pa ng mas marami. And do check also your words. Goodbye everyone.
Thank you.
Can we meet now? So, before you go, was there something trying to say I'll be better? Family. Sure, we're going to see. Gosh, it's a crazy stuff. Let's get rid of those things in the list. Let's have a morning course. Okay ka na?
Kanya mo rin siya.
Pan. Pan.
So, before you go, so
So far.
Nara,
Thank you for waiting.
Before you go, never say.
So, mo ito pinakalang na nacho ang mga dalawa ba?
Ilawa ka.
Sila may siya kayo, saan mo kinay ba?
Mas lamian ko kung sa parang sa pure gold.
So, order din mo, kung inatan.
Order, uy.
Amat.
Ay, maghatag ka muna.
Sana ako ka, ma'am? Wala. Wala na sana ako.
Mr. Michael, ay, may mong iring.
Nagiwa mo tayo pagkaon, oy.
Iring, di ba?
Uy, grabe siya, oh. Ngayon, wala, mami.
Gisipa ba yan niya ganina?
Kapit kinapagkila ko siya natamakan ng
Wala nang siya isipa. Makata mo mo siya
Dawai mo!
Wala nga, nagiging pagkaon man.
Oh.
Nasipa.
Doon magod siya, kapinadikin sa imong tingin, pagkalapot.
Yung nakamas ko, ako kita.
So, yung mong matay.
Mas nagkaalay mong mas? Ana?
Uy, ubuhay. Siyempre, pag ako kita na, ako kayo lang mataas, siyempre.
Wow, wow. Wow.
Kaya ako kita niya, ako pa na, straight na.
As ba, binabila ka na?
Sokdon ba, sokdon.
Naluwi ko kay Big Mimi, ako din siya sa father sa sak.
Buing.
Oh, nagtitipid siya dito. I'm so sorry. Di ba kayo kasi, dahil makita.
Nag-live ka?
Wala na ako ginakuan.
I-share mo kung ikaw Ray, ang imong
Nako i-upload. Kaya nag-live ko 1 hour or 2 hours. Nako ikuha na.
Pumapin na ta.
Buing si Comray nga nung gi-share man to niya. Hindi ko si Comray ba?
There's no excuse my friend for in my heart.
Sige na, kung mag-green ka.
Ingani ba itong panahon sa mga makainom ng kuha, nagpa-laundry ng Janet, kapit na to Christmas party ba? So, ingani ko, burn mo to.
Mga pinata guys. Ito naman di ay. Uli naman din ni Ron. So, man nag-share ni Comray mo. Sakla. Saan naman si Comray?
1 year naman yung ano? 2 years ago? Kung sugod na ako ba, dalagtig din.
Oo ba? Gaya na, no?
2 years ago.
Gaya na yung ginulaan eh.
28 assist ako ano.
What's the best answer sa question na, uy, nanambok lagi ka? Lumaan lang naman. See. Uy, isa. Happy na mga pagkaisan. Like, may mga paper. Heaven pa na siya din yung mga pacifier. As in, hindi siya mo as pacifier. Wala, kung yun ang uli pa pacifier sa tayo.
Labo yung ba yung pacifier no?
Maano naman siya.
Nandun ka tulog mo mo.
Maano naman siya.
Try naman ako.
Ay, tiguan. Abed. Ano si Abed? Abed ka pacifier.
Ano niya? Hindi ko siya naman ang problem.
As in, ay, medyo makasagot siya.
Dili kaya sa kabel pin. Sa amin kabibiron, dili na siya matutoy. Puro ko mga bibiron na karang mga ano lang.
Oo ba? Uy, si Paichi sa Abed yun. Hindi siya matutoy ko.
Kaya dako ko yung kabel. Nalanjut. Gusto mo yung mahalas.
As in, kay Apple, given ako. Ang nalukot.
Meron ko si Korea dahil.
Ang di pa na ko, nakaupre, mga kaysa. Marino. Si Marino. Watch ang pinong ko. Lahat. Ano ko rin yung English? Wala ko na po.
Dito to mo kaya mag 40 minutes na eh.
Ayan
Hindi ko
na.
na po extend.
Mabuka lang video meeting.
Doon na yung post na.
Mag-vlog na lang ka. Pa-subscribe yung mga bata lang.
Subscribe first.
Oh. Ano lang.
May mga chika, magtaging sila pa sa
Pati lima na siya. Chika, at least ba, mo, ano ba, for teaching niya. Ano mo, two-way process ba?
Ang dami na sa mga vlog. Ay, dati pa yun.
Andam na.
Dati yan, nauna-una ba? Ano na siya ba?
Hindi di ba siya yung straight nga, mo, kuha ni kang sensei, ka nang magkuhan. Education no, pag mga ginagamit.
Si Ring yan.
Hitting one bird in two stones.
Ano ko si in English?
Baliktad. Hitting two stones in one. Hitting two birds in one stone.
Sensei, we have kanang nagsobra na daw may mga 6 minutes sa synchronous. I-chat niya, yung una ko kasabot sa English, isulat niya, ipag-verbal na ako. Ito na nakasagot. Kung ang guda akong gino sa iya ha, nag-extend lang po, dili for synchronous, kasi synchronous mo, gusto niyo mag-pag-read na. Gusto lang
Masabot.
akong one, pero i-explain mo na ako sa iya. Yan, nag-remain lang ako diha kay kasi na ay gusto makita ko ang matabang. Kaya kumamaya, hindi din makuman kung wala guidance sa teacher. Yun lang. Uy, naala ang horror na alive sa Netflix. Hindi na mali-mali yung sa. Oh. Hindi na sa pangit kayo sa title.
Minuwa ka dito nga ta.
Pwede ka kayo say. Identify lang. Pero si Snake Princess Bakula na nandun yung kaput.
Dito, kumpulan siya
Kasi
talaga.
kung siya ko.
Anong mo doon, jadi ang namin.
Sige, ano naging kaya sila ba?
Wawis ka kayo yung gusto yun.
Kasi,
Ano? Bukan siya, di ang mga beses. Kabangon siya. Ang butan sa niya, yun ko eh. Sino eh?
nayagit ko niya.
Hindi, uyak mo na sila duha. Wala naman may gubuka to si ano. Naay, wala naman yung siya buko.
Si ko,
Karon? Kasi gubulo na sila. Gubulo na sila mo.
ako na siya sa mga vlog.
Oh, may mga glass check. Naglakas ko yung ano na. Gamit ko na lang dito. Kasi tungkol yung snake princess. Baka ba?
Walang ka kaya rin si Snake, no?
Grabe po si snake.
Kaya karoon kayo si ano, nakapag si ano sa iba, si
Kalanggo.
Kalanggo, ay niya, no?
May bayad ko daw ito, mami. May bayad to?
Ah, Kimar!
Support
Magaling ko
mo
kaya
guys.
kasi na. Kasi Kimar do.
Buang na si Kon.
Ako doon siya
Hindi
picture.
na kayo,
Lagi po sa ni Kumri. Buang na si Kumri.
Tingnan ko rin bayo sa oil.
Live and stream. I hit me tawag.
Pag bulag na.
And stream.
Kasi, katong gi-prank siya.
Yeah.
Ako ba si
Happy
Snake?
birthday